gonna start my walkabout of Gulangyu Island. I did a little research last night about what this place is all about, and it is fascinating. This place has such a rich history, and I had no idea about it till yesterday. The place is insanely popular with the local Chinese tourists. This is a UNESCO World Heritage site, and it's only about a 5-minute ferry ride from the main city of Xiamen. So how I'm gonna do this, because I have a map, but it's all in Chinese, and because these streets do not follow any kind of grid, they just wander all over the island. I'm gonna start down near the wharf and do a complete walk around the island. It's not very big, it's only about 2 square kilometers in size, but you can easily get lost on these hills and in these alleys. So I'm gonna get my bearings first and walk around the island. A lot of wedding photos here. Even though there's 20,000 people who live here on the island permanently, it still gets about 10 million visitors per year, making it one of the most popular tourist destinations in China. A little bit of quick history. In 1842, after the end of the First Opium War and the Treaty of Nanking, Xiamen became one of the trading ports for the West, the other ones being Guangzhou, Fujian, and Shanghai. This island is where all the expatriates set up shop, and it was kind of its own little place. It was a big area for the British, and was actually guarded by British Sikhs during the time, similar to Xiamen Island in Guangzhou. And it became the foreign enclave ever since. And over the years, there have been up to 13 countries that have had consulates. So I see a lot of Victorian era type architecture here on the island that still survives. A ton more history going back even further from that. This was known as a safe haven for a lot of Chinese uprisings during the I think the 18th and 19th century, as well as it was occupied by the Japanese and was a base, a headquarters here for the Japanese army during World War II, and remained that way till the end of the war. This is also the location of the former American consulate here in Xiamen. There are no cars and no motorbikes allowed on the island, so it's very, very quiet. They do have these like little electric buggies that the locals hate. They tell me it kind of ruins it. But yeah, it's evolution, I guess. It is a very hot and humid day here in Xiamen. It's going to be a sweaty one. But of course, like everywhere in China, you cannot escape the golden arches. There's also a famous piano museum here, so an organ museum, and it's been called the Piano Island. Also, it's a lot of the businessmen from all over the world that were doing business with mainland China during these times built these beautiful mansions. Many of them are luxury hotels and guest houses today. Supposedly the backside of the island is well known for its beaches. However, they don't sunbathe like they do in the West here in China. Incredibly peaceful island. I mean, in the township area, there's a lot of tourists walking around taking photos. Out here at the end of the island, I'm all alone. This location on top of this little rock is the famous Piano Museum of Xiamen. My God, air conditioning feels so good. Fascinating. I mean, I didn't know they had that many types of pianos, and some of them are just beautifully ornate. The museum is housed in several different buildings in these gardens. It's really beautiful.